What is going on, everyone? This is Autumn Marie coming at you from the cage with another Pokemon Sword and Shield official news update video. Yes, we are not covering any potential rumors, leaks, spoilers, whatever you want to call them. We are staying away from that. We are just going to check out what Nintendo and Game Freak has just released to us today. We are about a week and a half away, not even, from Sword and Shield, and I am hyped! If you are hyped as well, let me know in the comments below what you're the most excited about for this game. I am just so ready to play it. I'll be streaming it on my Twitch channel the day it comes out, from noon until, I don't know, whenever I get tired. On that Friday, so check out our upcoming playthrough of Pokemon Shield. We were going to play Sword first, but your girl can't resist that beautiful Galarian Ponyta, so we're gonna be doing Shield first. I'll be sad I don't get Sword, doggo, but you know, you gotta go with the pony, right? Anyway, this trailer just dropped earlier today, and I'm just now getting all set up to go. I was all ready to set up, staring at my setup, and I'm like, seems like I'm forgetting something. My microphone. You can't see it, but I was like, huh, how come it's not picking up my voice? Microphone. But anyway, we've got some new lighting going on here with the green screen. I'm super excited that it looks really nice now. Only took about 4 or 5 tries to get it all ready, but of course, you know, the whole 3 light setup is the best setup that you can get. And anyway, my brain is just going a million miles a minute because it's been a while since I've recorded a video with y'all, and I just kind of updated everything I got. So in the meantime, we are going to take a look at this video. It's called Items and Features in Pokemon Sword and Shield, with the sword and the shield emojis. And we are going to get underway. We're going to watch the trailer, and then we're going to do our little analysis. And if you follow me on Twitter, you would have seen that yesterday I was like, I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting another trailer drop this week, and bam, here it is. They've just been dropping things every 2 weeks. I'm not sure if people have picked up on it or not, but anyway, let's get underway here. So improved techniques for Pokemon training. Mints will change the effect of a Pokemon's nature. Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. To max out. That's so many calcium. And that's cool, they give you the actual number. Pokemon of the same species can pass egg moves to each other. Access Pokemon box from almost... Yes! I'm so glad they brought this back. I was really hoping they would. Ooh. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, that's neat. Alright, so we're gonna go back as we usually do. Check this out in slow mode. Gonna mute it so it's not weird, slow audio. Hopefully you're able to hear the background music of the video. I was playing with the volume as we were going through it. Alright. And I feel like this isn't going to be the last trailer we get. I think we're going to get one more next week, even though it breaks the 2-week cycle thing I just mentioned. Because it's the last week before the games come out. I feel like there's still like one more thing they want to tell us. Whether it's starter evolutions, something else. I feel like we're going to get at least one more thing. My microphone is slowly falling down. We are gonna fix that real quick. Actually, never mind, I kind of like the slightly lower height. That way the cable doesn't have as much pull. Anyway, not important. Let's look through the... Alright, so we're starting off with Poltegeist here. We see Galarian Ponyta and Glimwood. We see Cramorant. This is all old trailer stuff. So improved techniques for training Pokemon. They really seem to want us to get into the competitive scene, or make it easier to at least, which is nice, because having to grind up all your Pokemon, like, yeah, oh, grinding's part of Pokemon. Okay, but like, not all of us have time for that. So, what's the male version of Karen? Because I feel like that'd be okay, Robert. Like, I don't know, but it'll definitely make it easier for more people to get into the competitive scene, which is nice. Let's keep on keeping on here. So mints will change the effects of a Pokemon's nature. So we've got lonely, modest, mild, hasty, and naive that are shown. So I'm assuming they have a nature for each like Pokemon nature here, but then again, well, yeah, they must have one for each one, because there are certain stat boosting ones like Adamant that aren't in this picture. But essentially what different natures are, a Pokemon gets a nature inherent when you catch it, and normally you can't change the nature. Those can affect the different stats that the Pokemon have. So when they show Pikachu eating the Modest Mint, forgot this was in slow mode. But so you can see, right? We've got this little chart here, and these are all of the different stats that Pokemon can have. HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed. Now there is a neutral nature that doesn't affect any of these, but the rest of the natures will increase one and decrease another. There's no nature that will just increase one, because that'd be broken. You have to sacrifice one thing to get another thing boosted. So right here we can see that special defense and speed are the ones that are affected, and after eating the Modest Candy, the special attack becomes boosted while the regular attack, the physical attack, goes down. So the red is boosted and the blue is not boosted from what it seems like. So normally you couldn't change these natures. You would just catch a Pokemon, whatever nature it had. And there are certain natures that are better for competitive Pokemon play. Like if you have Pokemon that, like Pikachu, if he's mostly using things like Thunder and special moves, you'll want it to be modest, like how they showed this candy being used, so that you can have a higher boost to special attack and like let out more power. Whereas if you boosted attack instead, you are using mostly special moves, so you wouldn't actually be boosting anything, because he doesn't have any physical attacks. So he can take the drop in physical attack because he's mostly using special. If you're running a mixed mon, it might be better to play with the defenses, or if you want a fast mon, you can do a speedy nature. But this would be nice, especially with shiny hunting, because a lot of people really like using shinies, but then they get it and they don't have a very good nature, and back in the other games you couldn't change the nature. But now that you can, it is really big. Like, I have slightly mixed feelings. It's like, oh, this is great, we can make our Pokemon exactly the way we want them. But also, like, nature is part of who they are. But then again, when you think about it, like, as humans grow and change, their nature can change. Someone could be timid and then start to become more bashful. Like, I really like it. I don't know if I'll be able to get into competitive Pokemon just because time and money and grad school, but I'm excited for other people who do, and this will make it easier to make, like, official Pokemon for Draft League instead of doing hacked mons. So that'll be really nice for the Draft League format as well. So yeah, there's a bunch of different natures that weren't shown. So you can use supplements to max out the base points. So they'll show again, base points, I believe, are IVs. So every Pokemon essentially has their own individual values, or IVs, right? So we see Gengar spread out here. They gave it a bunch of calcium, and I think that boosts the special attack, yeah. So we see it change to 170. So I think that those are the IVs. So there's individual values and effort values. Individual values are the ones that the Pokemon are kind of like born with. And they can range up to, I believe, 32 points total. And the higher those are, the stronger that stat is going to be. So a lot of times with like hatch Pokemon for Draft League, you'll want different types of spreads so that like, oh, if I put this much speed into my Gengar, then it will outspeed this Pokemon that could take it out. And if I outspeed it, I can attack first, and if I put more into special attack, then I can go boom and knock him out before he knocks me out. Those types of things. Then there's effort values, which are ones that continue to boost the stat up. I think up to 255 is the max. 255, 256, I can't remember off the top of my head. Because it's been a while. It's been like a year since I've built any competitive teams for Draft League. But those will further like make the Pokemon stronger. A lot of times back in the day, you'd have to battle specific Pokemon to get those EVs up, like a Geodude is worth this many defense EVs, which is another reason why a lot of people hacked. But I think with hyper training that they introduced in previous gens, you could train up that stat through there instead. So I don't know if they're combining this here or what's going on here, because I'm not 100% sure which one the vitamins increases, if it's IVs or EVs. I think it's EVs, actually. I don't think it's IVs. Why don't we do a Google? So yeah, special battle item. But is it? I think it's EVs. I think it would make more sense if it was EVs, because IVs is mostly like, yeah, calcium increases Pokemon's EV's special attack. So sorry, forget about all the IV changing thing that I mentioned. Because a lot of the IV modification, maybe that's where the hyper training comes in, is IVs. Because I know a lot of times you'll want to breed, like back in the day you'd have to breed Pokemon to get really high IVs, having like different hold items and stuff. Like I did it briefly in Pokemon X to get a high IV Charmander and Eevee. That was like way back in the day, but let's see. Okay, yeah, so hyper training does the IVs, and the calcium and the other vitamins that they were showing do the EVs. Okay, now that we've got that taken care of, hope it's easier to understand. And then also each Pokemon, each Pokemon only gets a certain number of IVs and EVs. Well, you can max out all your IVs, I think. I think except your nature will tweak it, but you can only have a certain number of EVs in a Pokemon. So like every single stat in a Pokemon can't be maxed out. So that's where you can really start to play with like where things are going to be. And then IVs are also affected by different hidden powers. So if you want to run Hidden Power Ice, it'll change the IV spread a little bit, versus if you want to run Hidden Power Fire or something like that. So you can only have a certain number of EVs spread out between your Pokemon. So that's where a lot of like the unique spreads will come in, where like some people will just do max. You can max out 2 stats completely, and then I think there's like four EVs left to kind of just throw at something. Or you can do a little bit in everything. I think Envy is really infamous for having like very particular IV spreads, but other people just do max and it's fine. Anyway, let's keep getting into this. Sorry if you hear my birds in the background. I tried to feed them before this. Okay, so the nursery. So you can... I didn't actually do a read. My brain saw the words, I didn't read it. Pokemon of the same species can pass egg moves to each other. Oh, so is it like you have... So this is a nursery, so I'm assuming, yeah, with the eggs, this is where the Pokemon daycare is. So there is breeding confirmed in the game. So is it like the parent passes it to the Pokemon egg? No. Or is it... Like, I'm wondering if it's like you can pass the move... Like, is it the Pokemon's in the nursery and then you put your Pokemon out and they can teach each other? I'm not quite sure. Got Moonblast. So Moonblast is... Are these the egg moves? Oh no, Moonblast versus Draining Kiss. So which one of those is the... Sylveon egg moves. Okay, so none of those were listed, I think. I don't know all the egg moves off the top of my head. Let's see what Sarah B has to say. TMs. Egg moves. Oh, maybe Wish? Maybe it passed Wish on? Moonblast, Wish, Charm, Yawn. Okay, so here are two different Sylveon. Male level 53 and female level 32. So one of them knows Draining Kiss and one of them knows Moonblast. Those are both different moves. But I think both of those are just Draining Kiss level 20, level 37 Moonblast. But Moonblast I don't think is an egg move. I think just Wish was the egg move from the list. So yeah, I don't know if it's like... Oh, Wish and Yawn and Charm. Okay, so all three of those are egg moves except for Moonblast and Draining Kiss. Oops. That was the opposite screen I wanted you to see. Where'd the video? Hello? Oh. I don't know why the video wasn't popping up when I was... Anyway, So yeah, it seems like maybe one of them taught the other one the egg moves. I'm still not sure. I love, though... So this is something that was in Pokemon Let's Go, where you could be anywhere and access the box. I really like that because that makes it so much easier if you're out and you're like, oh man, I actually like need a... Well, I guess HM Mons aren't relevant anymore. Maybe you're out and you're facing a tough trainer and you're like, oh, I really need a fire type. You can go into your box and just be like, hello, fire type, switch. Or one of your Pokemon just evolved and you want to work on leveling up someone else, you can be like, alright, let's switch you guys out without having to go all the way back to Pokemon Center and then go all the way back. Especially with how big this map seems to be. Like, I really liked that in Let's Go. The only caveat is that, like, then you can just switch all your Mons out, switch them back in and they're healed. But you have to choose to do that, so if you want to do that, that's what you're gonna do. But that's your prerogative. I don't see any new guys here. We do get to see some of the sprites for these new Mons here, like Duraludon, Farfetch'd, so they're playing Sword here. Yeah, it doesn't seem like... Oh, Vulpix. I love Vulpix. I'm wondering if I should do my first shiny hunt as Vulpix instead of Ponyta, since Galarian Ponyta is in the game. I don't know if you get to bring in regular Ponyta or not, but I really like shiny Ponyta, so we might just keep it anyway. Who knows? I don't. So yeah, let's move on. Just release it right there. Bye. Sprites are really cute. This is really cool. Okay, so there's different types of experience candy. So rare candy still exists, where it just increases a level overall. So level 51 to level 52 increase, there you go. But now there's these things called experience candy, which there's different sizes, so different amounts of experience. And it seems like the extra large experience gives you like 30,000 experience. So if your Pokemon, like say if you've got a brand new hatched level 5 baby, right? If you wanted to get it up to like 30,000 experience worth of levels, it would probably take like 10 to 20 rare candies. I don't know, it depends on the mon and their growth rate. So instead of using 10 to 12 rare candies, you can use this big boy here, Experience Candy XL, and just give it the experience so that it just levels up. So you only need to spend 1 candy to get the same amount of levels. So with Zweilous, it gives it 30,000 experience, but it gives it 2 level increases, and you can see the stat increases there. And that's all we got here. Let's go... Oops, I'm out of water. Let's go pop over to the Pokemon Sword and Shield website, just to double check and see if there's anything else we might have missed. Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay, so there's a few. So the video we already saw. I actually ordered the dual pack from the website just so I can get all 3 of these plushie keychains, and I have no shame. Let's see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 posts. Okay. So, handy features to help you on your adventure. So we've got the Pokemon box thing. You'll be able to access your Pokemon boxes in various towns and facilities, but also while you're on the road or even exploring in the tall grass. So that's nice. I'm glad that they brought that back. That was one of the things that... Excuse me, that was one of the things I was hoping we could do, or that they'd bring back. So that's nice. I need to stop leaning into my microphone. It can pick up my voice, and if it doesn't, I can increase the sensitivity. There we go. Alright, we out here. You'll be able to swap Pokemon into and out of your team whenever you want. Just be aware that there are a few places, such as the mission areas, where you can take on Pokemon gyms where you won't be able to access your box. So you can't switch out in the middle of a gym challenge. Good. That'd be probably cheating. Autosave. Save diligently has been part of Pokemon Adventure, but autosave is there. Automatically save your progress during your adventure at various points, such as when you enter a town or a building. So that makes me think that there's a small little cut transition screen when you enter a building or a new town. It's automatically turned on when you start, but you'll be able to turn it off if you want to have more control over when you have your thing saved. Even with autosave on, you can still save manually, just as you can when autosave is off. Can I help you? Oh, you want to come say hi to the good people? Come on, come say hi. Oh, Stormy says hello. He is a kitty. Can I see through this? I don't think so. I'm still tweaking all the green screen stuff, so hopefully it's not too bad. What? You want to say hello again? Stormy says hi. Camera cuts off, so you can't see him on my lap, but he's sitting on my lap. Okay. Anyway, so even with autosave on, you'll still be able to save manually, just as if it was off. So it's in the options menu. So a message will appear on the upper right hand corner of the screen when your progress is being saved. So it says now saving up here. It's kind of hard to see. So nicknames, we're actually going to fix this real quick. That's better. If a Pokemon you received in a trade doesn't have a nickname, you'll now have a chance to give it a nickname. But only once. So it's only if the Pokemon doesn't have a nickname, and you can only nickname it once when you get it from a trade. So that makes me think, just in previous titles, you won't be able to change the name of a traded Pokemon that already has a nickname. So you can't change the name of a nickname of a Pokemon that already has a nickname when it's traded to you. So you're kind of stuck with, like, if someone gives it like a really crappy name, you're kind of stuck with it. What? So they traded over the Wooloo. So Sword sent over Wooloo. So you can give Wooloo a nickname. And that's all that's there for that. So brand new items. So the mints we kind of already covered. Oh wait, that's interesting. So it doesn't actually change. Okay, so mints are items that will make their first appearance in these games. They'll impact which stats of your Pokemon are likely to grow faster than usual. Each Pokemon has a nature, and this nature can impact which of the Pokemon stats are likely to grow faster or slower on average. Using a mint on a Pokemon seems to change these growth patterns. However, a Pokemon's nature itself won't change, even if you use a mint. So it'll still be like adamant, timid, bashful, whatever. You're just changing the growth patterns. It makes me wonder if it's like only for a certain amount of time, or like it's just, oh, if you have a Pokemon with a nature you don't want, you need to go find these candies if you want to make a change. So supplements, proteins, iron increase the base points, so the EVs. Until now, there has been a limit. You're sitting on the cord, my friend. Please don't sit on the headphone cord. You did this last time. Until now, there has been a limit on how many of these items could be used on a Pokemon. However, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, you'll now be able to max out a Pokemon's base points using only these supplements. I think I remember that, where like you can only give it so many like protein, and then it's like, I'm full or something like that, and you couldn't give it any more. So that's cool that you can use just these items to increase it fully. You don't have to worry about battling specific Pokemon. Experience candies. You earn experience points through battle, but you can use experience candy. You can give Pokemon experience directly. So you earn these in max raid battles. So collect a bunch and level up your Pokemon in a flash. So you only get these in max raid battles, which if you need a friend on the Switch to do max raid battles with you, my Switch friend code will be in the comment or in the description below. Okay, so kind of already covered that. Egg moves. Sometimes a Pokemon hatched from an egg will know unusual moves called egg moves. These moves are moves that Pokemon wouldn't normally be able to learn through more common means, like leveling up or using TMs. In these games, if you leave two Pokemon of the same species, so no Dittos, at the Pokemon nursery together, an egg move that one of them knows can be passed on to the other Pokemon. So that's cool. It gives like more things to do in the daycare. It's not just for breeding. You can also just pass the move on. Like, it's almost like in the Sun and Moon anime where Stoutland is teaching Litten Fire Fang and Fire Blast, or Toucannon teaches Rowlet how to do Feather Dance and Seed Bomb. Well, he tries Bullet Seed, but life. It appears that a Pokemon can only learn an egg move this way when it knows 3 or fewer moves. So you have to have a move slot free to pass the move on to the other Pokemon. That's pretty cool, I like that. That way, like, you don't have to go and raise up a level 5 egg the whole time. You can just pass it on to someone that already is leveled up. The first online competition begins. We're proud to announce the first official competition for Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's a single battle format. Sign up is from the 15th to the 5th, and the competition's on the 6th to the 8th. Eligible Pokemon obtained in Sword and Shield. Certain special Pokemon not allowed. Register 3 to 6 of your Pokemon to your battle team. All Pokemon in this competition will automatically become level 50 for the duration of the match. Ranking results announcement 2019. Membership to Nintendo Switch Online is required. You'll be able to join the competition by opening the X menu in your game and selecting Verse, Battle Stadium, and then Online Competitions. There's no need to register on Global Link. In the Galar Beginnings competition, you'll be able to make your Pokemon huge by Dynamaxing them, or even have their form change by Gigantamaxing them. These effects will last for only 3 turns per battle, so be sure to use them wisely. Further details on the competition regulation will be released in the coming days. You know, I kind of want to try it. I'm not the greatest battler, but I feel like it'd be fun to just go in, and if we win, if we win, if we lose, then we lose. But I think it'd be really fun to try. So keep an eye out, see if I actually sign up. I definitely might be playing Sword and Shield throughout Thanksgiving break week. Like, we get a week off for school during Thanksgiving. I won't be able to stream because I'll be home and I don't have any streaming equipment at home. But I might still just play Sword and Shield because I can do some grinding and I can do some captures and stuff. If I do find anything cool that I want to share with you guys, I'll put it on my Twitter. But yeah, I kind of want to go and try out this competition. It'll take a lot of research, but... So, we now know the best times to meet Gigantamax Butterfree and other rare Pokemon. So, in max raid battles, 4 trainers team up to take on a wild Dynamax Pokemon. But in extremely rare cases, a Gigantamax Pokemon can appear instead of a Dynamax Pokemon. I didn't realize the sentence continued. Normally, your chances of encountering a Gigantamax Pokemon are very, very small. However, we've discovered that certain Gigantamax Pokemon become more common during specific time periods. So, from Friday the 15th, when the game comes out, until early January 2020, players will be more likely to encounter Gigantamax Butterfree in max raid battle. So there's the boy in all of its prime. During the same period, players of Sword will more likely to be finding Dreadnought, and Shield more likely to find Gigantamax Corviknight. Ha! I'm so glad I have Shield now. Well, I'm getting both copies, but I like Corviknight a lot more than I like Dreadnought, so... and it seems that there may even be other Gigantamax Pokemon could appear more often than usual, so be sure to give max raid battles a try. You'll need to connect to the internet, though, to do the max raid battles. We suspect that the Gigantamax Pokemon you're likely to encounter will change over time, so stay tuned. So similar to the raids in Pokemon Go, like, there'll be time periods when one Pokemon or a group of Pokemon will pop up in the raids more often. So, neat. So yeah, I think that's all the information that they've got for us here. I don't think there's anything else we haven't covered. So yeah, let me know in the comments below what you thought about the news. You gonna go? You gonna stay? The kitty's still on my lap. I think he's gonna stay. You gonna stay? Your fur is all over me now. I know, you just wanted to be pet, didn't you? Okay, anyway. Let me know what you thought of the news that we got today in the comments below. And if you're hyped for Sword and Shield, let me know what you're hyped for. We want to keep this hype train alive and just get excited about these games. They are almost here, and I am so ready. If you aren't able to get your hands on Sword and Shield right from the beginning and you want to see some gameplay and have some fun, come check out my stream on Twitch on the 15th. I'll be playing the game starting at noon because I have to wait for the postman to come in, and they usually come in. Oops, sorry. I thought I signed out. And they usually come in around 10:50 or 11 o'clock. So I'll get the game set up, eat lunch, and then we're going to play. So if you want to check out a live game feed of Pokemon Sword and Shield, feel free to check out my Twitch. I'll also be posting little kind of like episodes of us playing this game on my YouTube channel. So if you can't check it out that day, feel free to come back to the YouTube channel and check it out then. I'll have probably around 30-minute episodes. I'll do better with that than I did with Let's Go Eevee. I'm gonna have a little timer and everything, so we out here and we ready. If you need a friend to do some max raid battles with, my Switch friend code will be in the description below. And all the links to my other things, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, will be in the description as well. But in the meantime, I hope you have a fantastic day. And until the next video, this is Autumn Marie signing off.